this one, man. All right. So with absolutely no further ado, because we got a lot to get to tonight, I obviously have very, very strong opinions, but I don't know our order. So the chaos coordinator herself is running this entire show. She's calling the subjects, and me and Joe are going to go ahead and weigh in on them. So I hope you guys enjoy. Belle, let's just go ahead and get to it. If you're ready, ma'am, I'm going to drink.
All right. So Shiloh Sanders released after ejection. Shadeur Sanders fails to impress in preseason. Do these guys even belong in the NFL?
You can go ahead and start, Joe. I got opinions on this.
Yeah, I mean, the last couple of years I got into college football, and these are Deion Sanders' sons, not Barry Sanders, Deion Sanders. And listen, they grabbed headlines every single week in college, even though they went to a mediocre school, which was Colorado. Deion Sanders was the head coach. He drew a lot of attention and revenue into the school because of this. But you could make the case that they're prima donnas and they're not the mentality, the toughness for the NFL. But talent-wise, Shadeur Sanders was very good in college. Played on a mediocre team, but when he was on. His brother, not exactly the physical specimen, but talented as well. They both get picked up. Shadeur late in the draft, and I think his brother got signed as a free agent after the draft. Brother gets cut by Tampa Bay. Shadeur Sanders, who was supposed to be a first-round pick, doesn't get picked till the 5th round by the Browns. They took another quarterback earlier, took Sanders late. Sanders didn't get enough reps. He's slotted as the 4th quarterback on the team, which a lot of teams don't even carry 4 quarterbacks. So that's the TLDR on the Sanders boys. Did you see Shiloh Sanders, not the quarterback, the defensive back, throw that punch in the preseason game the other day?
Absolutely, I did. Now, for one, I'm going to give him mad props, because I'm pretty sure that the helmet that he was throwing that punch at was being worn by like a 260-pound tight end.
If I manhandled.
I was like, you good on you. I mean, hey, that takes a lot of stones, man, because I don't think he goes 190, 195, does he? Even if that. So
he's not a big dude.
No. So like I said, I'll give you mad props for trying to stand your ground, but 2 things that you did wrong. One, it was at a big fucking tight end, man. All right. This guy will ball you up, stick you in his mouth. He'll chew you up, blow a bubble with you. And then that's it. That's just the way your story's going to end. But the second problem is that it was a goddamn preseason game. Now, I understand you want to fight for the position, and I respect that. But all it really showed everybody is that you're not ready to play in the NFL, because if you could do this shit in a meaningless game, preseason games are absolutely meaningless. It's for the second stringers, third stringers to try to cement their spot. But you could do something like that on 3rd and 17, and you just gave them 15 yards and first down. And people are going to remember it. They're going to remember it. All it did is prove that you're not ready to play in this league. And it's pretty clear everybody knows it. Is he going to disappear forever? Probably not. He'll get picked up by a scout team or something like that. Sure. But is he NFL primetime ready? Not even fucking close, man. The only reason he's on that list, the only reason he showed up is because of who his father is. All they care about is asses and seats.
I think so too.
Yep, and there you go.
I'd agree. Yeah, that's it. No, I agree. Let's just go to commercial. I agree. We don't have to argue over that.
Well, we haven't gotten to Shadeur yet.
Man. So I'm a advocate for Shadeur Sanders. I watch a lot of. I probably watch like 10 of his games, but in the NFL, it's such a jump from mediocre college program to NFL, and I saw so much social media out there saying the coach didn't give him a fair shake. There's some racial things going on. He was unfairly treated. But at the end of the day, NFL teams just want to win. They're not going to hold a grudge against a guy they went out of their way to draft. I just think he's not good enough, at least not in year 1.
No.
So that's where I'm at with Shadeur.
And it's not even close, man. He's not even close. Look, here's the difference. One, you're already playing, you're playing in Colorado. All right. It's not like you were doing this in the SEC. You know what? You go over you win 8, 10, 11 games in the SEC, you got a shot, but you're not. All right. You're with goddamn Colorado Boulder. All right. You're already in a weak ass league. And the shit that you got away with over in college, the whole 15 yards scrambling backwards, keeping the play alive. That's fine in college. You can do that. But now you're going up against 260-pound linebackers that also run a 4.3. All right. You're ain't going to outrun them. These guys get their hands on you. You're not going to slip it. And you just showed it over and over and over. And I understand the calls for racism, because there's not a lot of African Americans that play in the NFL. So I could certainly understand that. But here's the reality of it. If you could win games, you be QB1. That's it. I know we like to have this discussion and try to make something bigger than it actually is. But the only thing that team cares about is, will you win games? That's it. If you can win games, they don't care about your conduct. They really don't care about too much of that.
They don't. I mean, think about like the Pac-Man Joneses of the world, where if you're a star player and you could score points, or you could stop the other team from scoring points, and you could help your team win games, you will get special treatment. The NFL will find a way to get you onto the field. And that's just the fact. Shadeur Sanders, not even the number one quarterback picked on his own team, is not going to get the majority of the preseason snaps. To your point, preseason is meaningless. You just don't want guys to get hurt. There's a small window for players like Shadeur Sanders to impress. He made a lot of bad decisions in that last start where he was like running out of bounds, taking losses when he should have thrown the ball away. Scrambling is just not like, you're not Josh Allen, right? You're not Lamar Jackson. You can't do what you did in college. So I would like to see him do well, because listen, when this guy can drop back and just unload throws down the field, it's a beautiful thing to watch. I hope the talent translates to this level, because there's just something about like son of a former athlete being great. I don't know what it is, but I always like that, whether it's Griffey Jr. or someone like that. I'll root for him. I understand why people don't like him. I don't understand how there are people out there with huge platforms saying there's some unfairness happening. It's the NFL. If he was good, he'd be playing.
No, I mean, dude, I could bring that all the way back to somebody like Tim Tebow. All right. You know the difference between between Tim Tebow and 60% of the quarterbacks that are starting this year in the NFL. Tim Tebow actually won a playoff game. He actually won one. And what is it about? It is about getting to the show, and it's about winning games when you get there. All right. That's what he did. So you can claim all the racism and all that other shit that you want, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. And Shadeur Sanders is going to be one of those guys that just doesn't work out. We will tolerate anything. Teams will suffer anything. I give you Cam Newton. That man was insufferable. Absolutely.
Still is.
And so, to this day, he is 100% insufferable, but he got it.